some of these people want America to lose. Some of y'all want America to lose real bad, huh? Y'all hate America. Y'all live here, though. So here's my question. You want America to fail. Where are you going? Africa? Canada? Europe? Where do you plan on going if America fails? It blows my mind that Americans who live here, too broke to go anywhere else, just want to see America fall. If America falls, it's going to fall on you, dumb.
I want to give all praises and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahushai is who the world only calls Jesus the Christ. The Rakakwadash is the Holy Spirit in the Paleo Hebrew. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth in the same spirit, teaching His word and believing His word. Shalom to the Akwatiyam that are believers of His faith and His truth. Lord willing that you can continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving, excellent, and virtuous wife. And Lord willing to most have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. We just going to jump right into it. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai so cometh as a thief in the night. So go on with the brother. Why are you keep saying America or Babylon's going to be destroyed and you going to be here, it's going to fall on you? Is because the Lord said it through the scriptures that this place is going to fall. Revelation 18, right? Isaiah 47, Isaiah 63, right? Babylon is going to be desolate. Just like the movie, I might get it wrong, Chicken Little or Chicken something, where he said the sky is falling, The men of the Lord is prophesying, the Lord is coming, right? Destruction is on its way, and it's going to come like a thief in the night, like it say in 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter. Yahushua is going to come like a thief in the night. And what's going to come with that fire and brimstone through the ICBM missiles, And this place going to be destroyed in 60 minutes, the best 60 minutes you have ever seen. Verse 3, it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travaileth upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Right? This destruction is going to be like a woman going through childbirth, right? And the ones at the top of the pyramid all the way down to the rulers in these governments are going to say peace and safety. But guess what? Ain't no damn peace and safety. Destruction is on its way, right? Let me get the second precept from Revelations. I believe Revelations 11 and 14, it says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly, right? That woe is World War III. That's the destruction that's going to take place in this world, where America is going to be wiped out, and then Israel is going to even be destroyed. Right? But Hamashiach Yahushai is going to only save his elect, the true believers. Right? Going back to 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and reading verse 4, he says, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that the day shall overtake you as in a thief in the night. Right? You're not asleep like others, right? Because you're in the knowing. Right? The Lord have blessed us with knowing what's going to happen. Right, through his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Verse 5, ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep, as do others, but let us watch and be sober. What is he talking about? Therefore, let us not sleep like others do. Right, that's going into Romans, the 13th chapter, verse 11. It says, in that knowing the time, in that now it is high time to wake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe. Salvation is going to be a strange one for the elect, but it's going to be terrifying in that day. You got the MOTB, the Charagma coming, right? You have Jacob's trouble, right? The world is going to be in chaos, right? So if this place is going to get destroyed, if Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, verse 1 and 2 is going to be a strange salvation, that's how they're going to get out of here. Only the 2/3 of our nation is going to be destroyed here. And let me get that before I get verse 5, right? Let's just get this in the Old Testament. This is Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. It says, "And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord Yahweh, two parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein." Right? The two parts is the two-thirds. The two-thirds of the whole nation of Israel, the black, Latino, Hispanics, and natives that don't believe in the Lord, they're going to be cut off. They're going to die in this mystery Babylon. Verse 9, "And I will bring the third part through the fire," which is these trials and tribulations from the MOTB, the famine of the word, in Jacob's trouble, right? And it says, "And I will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say it is my people, and they shall say the Lord Yahweh is my power." And we're saying that now that the Lord is our power, right? Because Isaiah 13, he says that this place is going to be desolate. None of us can renege against what the Lord put in the prophets to prophesy. Let's just get this, and then we'll go back to First Thessalonians. This is Jeremiah chapter 28. In verse 8, it says, "The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesy both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence." Right? We're supposed to prophesy these things, right? Because these things are going to come forth. The Lord is calling many, but few are chosen. Starting with his servants, which is, hold on, I'm just trying to line everything up while I'm talking, right? His true servants is this, right? Because ain't nothing new under the sun. These servants is gonna have the same mission they had before. It's Ephesians chapter 4, verse 11. "And he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and teachers," right? These are the true servants, which starts the 144,000. It says, "For the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Hamashiach." This is why we're edifying them. And part of the edifying is letting them know this place is going to be destroyed in 60 minutes in Revelations 18, right? It says, "Till we all come in the unity of the faith," unity, oneness, "and of the knowledge of the Son of God, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Hamashiach, that we henceforth be more children tossed to and fro, no more children tossed to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine, by the sleight of men in the cunning craftiness whereby they lie in wait and deceive." Right? This is why the men of the Lord are back on the earth teaching his word, right? Because in past time, the Lord was speaking to his people through the prophets, our forefathers through the prophets. In this time, the same thing, because ain't nothing new under the sun. Back to First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 7. "Ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober." Right? You want to be sober from other doctrines. You want to be sober from this world. Because anybody that's a friend of this world is an enemy of the Lord. Right? You're an enemy of the Lord. You don't want to be an enemy of the Lord. Right? Because it's good to fall in the hands of the Lord, but it's terrible to fall in the hands of the Lord. This is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 18 to 19. It says, "If the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinners appear? Wherefore, let them that suffer according to the will of God commit the keeping of their souls to him in well-doing as unto the faithful Creator." It's another precept where it says, "Possess ye your souls." You possess your soul through this truth, and it's going to be confirmed when the Lord come back and you're beamed up. Oh, let's go into, because he said, where you gonna go? If this is gonna be destroyed, where you gonna go? You know what? It's gonna fall on you, idiot. No, he's an idiot. It just shows that he's not going in the scriptures. He don't believe in it, right? So this is First Thessalonians, the 4th chapter, starting at 13. "But I would not have you be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not as others do, which have no hope. For if we believe that Yahushua died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Yahushua will God bring with him." So that sleep It's talking about the ones that die for the Lord, right? When you go to Revelations chapter 20, verse 4, it's going to be some people that's going to be martyred, right? Some of the apostles in old time died for the truth. They died for this truth, you know. You got Eleazar in Second Maccabees 6. He died for the truth of Yahweh Shema Shai. Second Maccabees, the 7th chapter. Those 7 sons, even the mother, they died following the ways of Yahweh Shema Shai. How much more on this side, right? So it's going to be righteous people that die for the name of the Lord before the nukes touch the ground. Verse 15, it says, "For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep." Right? When you go in Matthew, the ones that endure to the end, the same shall be saved. That's Matthew 24. Right? Because there's going to still be some Israelites in the faith that's going to still be in the earth. Right? Verse 16, it says, "For the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, and with the voice of the archangel, with the trump of God, and the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first." Right? Those are the ones that are asleep. "Then we, which are alive and remain, shall be caught up together with them in the clouds." So the ones that's still going to be on the earth, while the ones went into the spirit world and then they arrived with Yahweh, the ones walking on the earth are going to be caught up with them. That's First Corinthians chapter 15, verse 51 down, and they're gonna get a indestructible body or an incorruptible body, a changed body, a glorious body with them in the clouds. This is not talking about the clouds you see when it's rainy. It's just those rainy days. No, no, no. These clouds are chariots, right? To meet the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai in the air, so shall we ever be with the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. So let me show you a cloud, right? This is a vision in Second Ezra, the 13th chapter. This is Second Ezra chapter 13, starting at verse 3. It says, "And I beheld, and lo, a man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, and where he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him." That man that waxed was Yahushai. It says, "In all places where his voice went out from his mouth, all who heard his voice were burned, like a dry wood on the earth burneth when it is set on fire. And after this I saw, and lo, there were gathered from the four winds a great multitude of people, uncountable, to subdue the man who came out of the sea." That sea is not talking about the sea in the ocean, but the sea above the firmament, right? It says, "But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it." Even a chariot is considered a mountain. It's considered a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar by fire when we go into the time of Moses in the tabernacles. So Yahushua is going to be flying on a chariot or a mountain that's so big that you're not going to be able to see the end of the region. And then that just goes into the next verse, verse 7. "And I endeavor to see the region or the place where out the mountain was graven, but I could not see it." So Yahushua is coming on a big ship, right? That goes into Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, verse 2. The ones that afflicted us, they're going to see our strange salvation, right? Verse 8, it says, "After this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, yes, durst fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came against him, he neither lifted up his hand, nor had he a shield or any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire," because them chariots is they're gonna have power, like a controlled laser beam, right? They got other videos that we can go to on YouTube where the U.S. government had on their little radar a freaking unidentified aircraft, but a chariot shooting down one of their little missiles. They have it on video. You can go search it up for yourself. Lord willing, you can find it. If not, Lord willing, I could do another video and post it. So again, verse 8, "And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him, were so afraid and yet durst fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came against him, he neither lifted up his hand, nor had he a shield or any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. Now, you got other camps, IUIC and other people that might say he's going to have a literal fire coming out his mouth. No. Whatever he speak, the chariot is going to do. It's just like with the angels, the powers that's going to be with him. Whatever he say, they're going to do. Like the Heavenly Father, he don't got to do nothing. He going to sit on his throne. That's why Yahushua going to handle it. Yahushua is coming with all the glory and the power. When we go up back to verse 3, it said that this man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. So Yahushua is coming with thousands and thousands and thousands of the angels, and they're going to be riding in their own little mountain, in their own little chariot. Matthew 24. Let's go. So I just showed you chariots, right? You could keep reading 2nd Ezra 13 down to verse 13, right? But I'm going to get this and then we're going to close. To show you, even the angels, when they come with Yahushua, they're going to go get, the Lord's faithful servants, the elect from the four corners of the earth, right? Salaki. Okay, this is Matthew. I'm going to read 3 verses out of Matthew 24. I'm going to read verse 13, 22, and 31, just so you can hear that part. This is Matthew 24, verse 12. It says, and because iniquity shall bound, the love of many shall wax cold, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Dropping down to verse 22. I start at 21. It says, for then shall be great tribulations, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. No flesh shall be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And when we read First Peter chapter 4, verse 18, it said the righteous shall be scarcely saved. Basically getting saved by the skin of their teeth, right? Dropping down to verse 31, but I'll start at 30. It says, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, right? That's him coming from the seas. It says, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. So even the cloud is going to be a power, So verse 31, which is the point, it says, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. How they going to get them? Right? By grabbing them by their hand or their clothes? No, they're going to, the chariot going to beam them up. How can Ronald Reagan say at an interview, all us nations going to have to come together one day because we're going to have a war with an outside visitor that's not from this earth? You have to know, the top elites of this world know who he is, man. They know who he is. They know if we're not connected to our Lord, we're weak. But if we're connected to our Lord, they're going to become a reproach. Now, I said that was my last one, but, the Lord had me, I had to say something. I had to say something, man. This is Judith, the 5th chapter. I'm going to read verse 20 and 21. It says, now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against his people, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their God before them, and we become a reproach before all the world. This is talking about the rulers, which is Esau, and the other people around their table, right? But Esau himself is going to become a reproach in front of the whole world. That's why the son of perdition is being revealed. Soon as Esau's revealed, all you other nations is following through, right, for your purpose too. Esau gonna be against Esau. Russia is against the European, you freaking small hat Edomites. that's ruling the four corners of the earth, you know? But it's all the Lord that made this happen, because this story is about the children of Israel. How you going to get saved? We're not going to get saved the same way with Moses, where he split the Red Sea. We ain't walking through no sea all the way to the homeland. No, we're going to have a strange salvation, and it's going to be greater than that salvation. But it's an example of a salvation. Lord willing, this is edifying to the hopeful elect. If not, this wasn't for you, right? And if you're not preparing yourself, I hope you get to see the new coming. And there's nothing any one of us can do. The only thing we can do is to win the approval of Yahweh Shemal Shai, to be called his chosen. You know? That's 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15, the G&T. Win the approval in the eyes of the Most High, man. Right? So again, Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai.
To strike parts of Russia with U.S.-built and proffered missiles. Putin is threatening to retaliate with strikes against U.S. facilities and says his military hit Ukraine today with a medium-range hypersonic ballistic missile. The Pentagon just responded moments ago. Watch this.
We've seen this type of, dangerous, reckless rhetoric before from President Putin. What we're focused on is continuing to support Ukraine with what it needs.
Chief Foreign Correspondent Trey Yingst reports live from Kyiv. He has been watching all of this up close and was in the tunnels with President Zelensky just the other day. Trey, what about this new development?
Yeah, Martha, good afternoon. We know that overnight, Russia launched a new missile into Ukraine, targeting the southern city of the Dnipro. This was the first time that such a large weapon was used on the battlefield since this conflict began 2.5 years ago. And it raises questions about the message that Russia is trying to send. Ukraine initially claimed the missile was an intercontinental ballistic missile, but Russian President Putin says it was an intermediate ballistic missile. The Russian leader said in the future, civilians will be warned to leave areas where more advanced missiles will be launched. Putin added this about the involvement of the West.
We consider ourselves in the right to use our weapons against those nations that use their weapons against us. And in terms of escalation, we will respond as surely and clearly.
The escalation comes as Ukrainian forces are now targeting deeper into Russia using U.S. and British-supplied long-range missiles, while overnight, the Biden administration approved the transfer of anti-personnel mines to Ukraine. These moves are seen by the Russians as crossing a red line, prompting officials here in Kyiv to brace for an increase in missile and drone attacks. Martha.
Fox News alert now, the former commander-in-chief of the Ukrainian army making the grim declaration, World War III has officially begun.
Malcolm. What makes you think humanity is worth saving?
Revelation 18. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works, in the cup which she hath filled to her double.